This Dragon Ball Super review is sponsored by Crunchyroll, and just a quick reminder for you guys, you can still get 30 free days of Crunchyroll Premium at crunchyroll.com/geekdom. Premium accounts get not only hundreds of hours of anime, but you also get it in pristine 1080p high definition, and you can stream it to any device plus no ads. So you definitely want to sign up and take advantage of this deal. Crunchyroll.com/geekdom. Check it out. Dragon Ball Super Episode 75 is in the books. Japanese title, Goku to Kuririn, Natsukashi no Sugyo no Bae, which translates to Goku and Kuririn, or Krillin if you want to use that. Doesn't matter what you call them. Goku and Krillin to the nostalgic training place as we are on the road to February 5th, which actually is going to be February 4th for many of you, the debut of the Universe Survival Arc, the next big Dragon Ball Super saga. But before we get there, we have to prepare. And how do you prepare? You train. And that's what this episode was all about. This episode was a throwback to the Goku Krillin training episodes from classic Dragon Ball episodes 14 through 18. If you are a fan of those episodes, you're going to love this. And also, if you're a Gohan fan, you're going to love the few moments Gohan gets in this episode because they really made him look good. So, the first half of the episode, the story is that Goku's looking for a training partner, and they show the tractor again, the infamous tractor from the radish farming days, and it was cool to see the tractor again. Even though we had just seen it in the Future Trunks arc, that was when Zamasu had killed future Goku, or at least that timeline version of Goku. It's now back in the present, main story. And so basically, Chi-Chi actually recommends that Gohan train with Goku. I was curious about why Vegeta is not training with him, but if you've been reading the spoilers for the upcoming episodes, I'm not going to go into the spoilers, but you may actually get a clue as to what's going on with him. So they have this really awesome fight scene right here. Obviously, okay, Gohan first resists fighting, but he becomes Great Saiyan Man, and it's implied that when he becomes the Great Saiyan Man that he, gets the fight back in him, so, which I thought was pretty cool. So Gohan and Goku have an incredible freaking sparring session here, okay? The animation, the choreography was unbelievably badass. Like, Goku swinging left, right, left kicks, Gohan's blocking. They both transform into their golden-haired forms. Goku does not go blue. And then they start rocking each other using Ki Blast. It's pretty much really great because it shows that Gohan can still somewhat keep up with Goku. And I've been saying for a little while now that even though Gohan is not what he used to be, he's a lot stronger than people think. I really think Gohan's stronger than people can even imagine. So they're going back and forth, but of course Chi-Chi screams because she doesn't want her precious radish farm or her precious farm being, I guess, destroyed by her husband and her son. So I thought the scene was fantastic. I mean, you guys got to watch this scene if you haven't seen it yet, and if you have seen it, go back and watch it again. Really, really good stuff. So basically what happens is Goku then decides to go find Krillin. It basically, Goten suggested initially, and Goku's like, well, go back to, your roots or whatever. So they have this really cool scene where Krillin's a cop and he's stopping these bank robbers. And it's interesting. He actually gets shot in the arm, the bicep, and blood comes out. I was very surprised that Dragon Ball Super has been a little bit, conservative when it comes to showing blood. But this was kind of gory for what, obviously not as bad as Z, but from what I was expecting, it definitely was just a bullet. So Goku shows up, of course. The robbers are taken care of. Herms on Twitter pointed out that the thugs look just like the ones from Dragon Ball Z movie 13, which is the Wrath of the Dragon movie, Dragon Fist Explosion. At the beginning of that movie, if you remember, Gohan as Great Saiyan Man's fighting off some robbers. So they did kind of somewhat resemble them. We don't know if they're the same ones. So they have this really cool scene where they go back to Krillin's house. And we haven't really seen much of Krillin's house. We saw a little bit of it when Android 18 gave him the haircut. And that's, in Resurrection F. But that's pretty much it. And they have this, conversation where Goku wants Krillin to train with him. But Krillin says he can't keep up. He's retired. He's just a cop now. But they have this, Goku's like, well, when Frieza showed up, he came out of retirement, which is true. And basically, Marin, Krillin's daughter, is asking if Krillin is weak because she wants Daddy to be pretty strong. And I really love this because if you guys notice a pattern in the last few weeks with Gohan, Videl, and Pan, now we have Krillin, 18, and Marin. Basically what it is that it's almost like these guys are fighting for their wives and daughters. It's like they want to look good, they want to look strong in front of their family, even though we know that they're nowhere close to Goku's level or even the gods or any of these guys. They still want their family to think of them as being tough guys. I don't know if you guys watch wrestling, but Bill Goldberg, who just came back into WWE a few months ago for Survivor Series, he was often quoted as saying that he is coming back to wrestling because his son never watched him wrestle, and he wants to show out what he can do for his son. Same thing with Krillin and Gohan, is that now Marin and Pan never saw them fight, especially in their peak. Now is their chance. I really like this. I really, really like it. Krillin's like, fuck it, let's go train. Goku's like, you might want to change clothes. And of course, we see Krillin go back to his original gi, his Master Roshi, Muten Roshi, Kame Sennin martial arts school gi, which I thought was awesome. And of course, they give Roshi the porno magazines to get him to train. And for those of you guys out there who are wondering, what can Roshi really do for them? Yes, Goku is way stronger than Roshi, but Roshi does have years and years of experience. And that counts for something. You can still learn from this old man. So they have a really weird scene. In fact, actually, Roshi pointed out, he's like, wait a minute, you've got the power of a god now. But no, they have this weird scene where Goku dresses up like a turtle, like Umigame. And basically, Roshi's telling him, you have to fight like this, like a turtle. Like, learn how to be a turtle. You can't transform and you can't fly. But Goku doesn't care. He flies anyways. And they basically... this was weird. This was a weird scene. It was wacky, but it was funny. It was supposed to be comedic anyways. But Krillin, there's not much he can do, but he wants to do it for... he wants to do it for them. Now, if you guys remember back in Dragon Ball, Roshi made Krillin and Goku, deliver milk and wear the turtle shells in their backs. Well, in this episode, he's telling them that they have a new mission. They have to find something called paradise grass in this island that has like a forested island. This island of illusions. And if you've been reading the spoilers for these upcoming episodes, you know what we're talking about here. So, Goku and Krillin race to get there. Again, this is all a throwback to classic Dragon Ball. If you like the old Dragon Ball training episodes, some people have said that's their favorite. You're going to like this. They go into the forest, and it's like this kind of like mysterious forest where you get lost really easily, and they're not sure where to go. It's just Goku and Krillin by themselves. Then we have the surprise appearance of a character we have not seen since, I think, the Buu arc. If I'm wrong about this, let me know in the comments, but I'm fairly certain we haven't seen her since the Buu saga, and that is, of course, Uranai Baba, fortune teller Baba, if you will. She shows up. Of course, she is Kame Sennin's sister. A lot of folks forget that, but she is. And so they're there, and they're trying to find this grass, and then it gets dark, and they have a really cool scene. Like, the way that the colors are in this episode is really well. I forgot to mention there's a scene earlier in the episode where Goku and Krillin train at night, and it's a really nice dark blues, just really beautiful looking episode. I had no problems with the animation at all, especially in that fight earlier. But anyways, I digress. Back to this part of the story. It looks pretty scary, and then this smoke all of a sudden appears. Like, there's this smoke everywhere, and they notice that, okay, what's going on here? And then all of a sudden we see, like, appearing there, we see, in the creepy forest, everybody, okay, it's, first of all, it's Cell, then Frieza, then Nappa, the Ginyu Force, Majin Buu, and then they show Tambourine from Dragon Ball. Now, I know some folks are probably wondering, why the hell would they have Tambourine there from Dragon Ball? Demon King Piccolo's, I guess, servant, student, whatever. Well, he's there because if you remember, guys, the first guy to ever kill Krillin was Tambourine at the end of the 22nd Budokai. So Krillin might have, like, the whole thing about the Forest of Illusions, we believe, is that it's going to be preying on your fears. And even Goku makes a point. He's like, hey, wait a minute. We've beat these guys before. And you have, but Krillin never beat Tambourine or Frieza, and both of those, and Buu, and all three of those guys killed Krillin at one point or another. I found it very interesting that Tambourine was there, and I love it because, we haven't seen this guy in so many years, and that's the cliffhanger of the episode. They're pretty much surrounded the old enemies, and that's where the episode ends. Now, next episode preview, we've got to talk about this because, okay, in the next episode preview, they show, next week they're fighting old villains, but that's not even the highlight. I'm going to cover this in detail probably tomorrow on the channel. My stream was kind of looking weird, but they actually gave us a preview of the upcoming Universe Survival arc, including a character that looked like a female Broly. I don't know what the hell I was looking at. I don't know if I couldn't even tell. It looked like, I'm confused. I was confused about this. I'm going to watch it again after this review is up. But it looked like this Universe Survival arc. They're giving little teasers about it, and I'm mind blown by this, guys. But we'll cover that more thoroughly on the channel as we go through. Anyways, thank you again for checking out the review of Dragon Ball Super Episode 75. Don't forget, Crunchyroll is the place to go. High definition, 1080p is the place to go to watch Dragon Ball Super. And not just that, but you can also watch other anime there. Tons and tons of hours of anime. Sign up, crunchyroll.com/geekdom, and you can, get unlimited access to all this anime. So thank you guys again. I hope you have a great day and look forward to all the upcoming content for Dragon Ball. I don't even know. This Universe Survival thing's got me bugging out, dude. We'll see. I'm going to watch it again, give some analysis later on. Talk to you later.